Hey guys, Dr. Ducey here, MTFU Longevity. How are you? So listen, recently I talked about supplements, and my go-to supplements, my three go-to supplements, creatine monohydrate. In fact, got a container of it right here. I use 6-star, 100% creatine. You may not have ever heard of it. I didn't until I bought it. I bought it at Walmart. But here's the thing. My body's very responsive to what I do because I've got it to that point, and I'm a really good responder to creatine. So when I take this, even this stuff, creatine monohydrate, I get that amazing pump. I get that cell volumization. The muscles actually enlarge after a week. I get that response. So obviously it's good. Some companies will tell you, these big flagship companies, but listen, do your due diligence, find out what works best for you. But going back to what we talked about, creatine monohydrate, whey protein powder, and a glucose disposal agent. It used to be mannitol sulfate back in the day. Now I do berberine, and those are the three. Listen, it doesn't mean everybody does those. You may have a different need. You may have joint pain, joint problems, cartilage loss. You may benefit from a glucosamine supplement. But you got to find out what works for you, and then employ it and make sure. Well, what comes next, we'll explain a little more of this, because I really want to talk about what supplements don't do, specifically the 4 things that supplements will not do for you, because people have a pill mentality, and a lot of times they'll say, Dr. Ducey, they'll show a bottle. What does this do? I get this a lot with fat burners, okay, which are worthless generally. And if you remember the game, the video game Pac-Man, I don't even know, they may still have it. I don't know. They have like the little head that goes and it eats up the whatever, it goes through little pathways. Well, people kind of think that these fat burners go in and it's like a little Pac-Man head eating fat cells. It doesn't work that way. Pills and supplements and all these other things, they don't do anything you must do. You must create a bedrock, a fortress. You must cultivate fertile ground in your metabolism, in your soma, your muscles, your body, and then it will be most accepting to any supplementation. Treat your body like a car, like a finely tuned car. Chances are most of you treat your car better than you treat your own ass. So if you're driving a Ferrari, Zucchero knows this. He puts the highest octane gas in that car. He doesn't put the shit in there. Come on. But you do that to yourself all the time. So the first thing, listen, you will not out-supplement a shitty diet. And listen, I've got people I work with, they're 40% body fat. And I'm not busting on anyone. I've been there. You can look at my old pictures. I've had injuries and I fucked up. And, listen, I turned into a monster. So I know what it's like. But listen, if somebody comes to me and they're 40% body fat, or they're 100 pounds overweight, 50 pounds overweight, whatever it might be, they've never worked out, or they haven't worked out for a long time, and they're talking supplements, forget about it. Your body is so, you've lost your biofeedback, which, listen, when you're in that type of condition, you could be walking down the street and, Wile E. Coyote can drop a fucking piano on your head. You won't even feel it. When your body is really sensitive and finely tuned and trained and to a point, you can feel any type of little bit. You kind of wake up and say, hey, something's off today. Oh, that's right, I forgot to have that serving of apple cider vinegar on my salad. You may notice a difference because your body's more sensitive that way. But when you're really in physical arrears, and you've got to come back down to baseline. You've got to lose a lot of that fat. You got to start eating some whole foods. You got to get some exercise going, clean yourself up, get yourself down to a baseline. Then maybe we can plug some supplements in. But when you're at that point, supplements won't do shit. You got to get the basics down. There's no Pac-Man head going in your body eating that fat. Okay, none of that. Another thing, you get this with people, the pre-workout crowd. Okay, I'm not really too fond of the pre-workout, intra-workout, post-workout. They have some value. They also have a lot of marketing value to companies. So, listen, they're selling you 3 different things for one workout. I do okay, but I ain't throwing that money down and all that. I mean, I've done well without that. I did an interview with Evan Centopani. You can find it on my YouTube channel. It's a really good interview. He's one of the best in the world. And I asked him, I go, Evan, what do you think about pre-workouts? And he just pointed to his head. He goes, look, pre-workout is right here, man. It's my brain. You got to want to go in and train. If you need a bunch of powder to, it's like a cokehead or something. I don't know. I mean, these kids, the pre-workouts, if you're a kid and you're 19 years old, you should be fighting. You should be like Carl Lewis. You should be, man, you should be at your very best. You shouldn't need something to prod you or poke you into going into. Imagine coffee, black coffee, just like Romano. I'll tell you the same thing. Black coffee is all that's needed. I mean, there's some other things, but if you're on the phone if you're talking in the gym, if you're grabbing ass, talking to the girls, socializing. I see people doing sets while talking on their phone. Half reps, shitty reps, banging the weight, too heavy, too light, heartless pantomime, whatever it might be. Pre-workout's not your problem. You've got to get the lattice, the framework of what you're doing in the gym. You got to get it Tupperware tight. You got to get it tip top, and then maybe a pre-workout. And I still don't even recommend that shit. I think it's kind of weakness. I'm probably, you know, I'm gonna lose some members from saying that. My fuck bucket. Oh my goodness, it's empty. I don't care. Listen, whole foods. Chicken, fish, tuna, turkey, lean red meats, beans, eggs, legumes. I'll throw some beans in there, but I'm not talking about vegetarianism, veganism, any of that crazy stuff, okay? You need whole foods. Look, I'll grab a Labrada meal ready to drink really quick out of the gym if I'm down a meal or I'm not going to get home. For some reason, I don't have my food with me. And I can get by doing that because I don't like to miss meals because your body works in a rhythm and it comes to thrive in regularity and you don't want to miss a meal. I've even said, listen, if you're going to miss a meal and you just worked out, go eat a donut, eat something. I'm not saying go looking for that, but get something in there. But listen, I know one guy, all he does is drink protein drinks, fluids. You need solid food, you need the roughage, you need the fiber. If you're only drinking liquids, you're going to be there's going to be a paucity of micronutrients. So the irony there is then you're going to have to take vitamins and minerals because you're doing that to yourself. Almost like you're living in a third world country and you don't, especially if you're here in America. So you got to get the whole foods in. Yeah, don't make it complicated. You know, people always ask me about all these new diets and stuff. Listen, I'm well versed in them. I don't like discussing them because listen, the stuff that we did 30 years ago still works now. It's really you trying to get around shit in an easy way. So look, whole foods. Without the whole foods, they will not be replaced by protein drinks or supplements ever. Okay, you will not be as good. You'll live. You're just not going to be as good of an athlete. Your physique will not be nearly as good as it could be. And some of you will never find out how good you can be because you're stuck in the dogma and you keep doing what it is that you've always done. You know, I've broken through that. Listen, I embrace being wrong. Okay, I want to know if I'm wrong. I will change. Somebody said today, they challenged me, oh, well, you always have to be right. I go, listen, motherfucker, you're not here very often. Because I'm wrong a lot. I happen to be right more than I'm wrong. But still, I still own when I'm wrong, okay? And I work on it. I'm learning, you know, school's never out for the pro. I'm learning all the time, all right? And that's all I have to say about that. And finally, listen, sad story. When I was in practice, I had a guy dying from cancer. And he ended up living, but he was a good patient, became my friend over the years. Came in one day, he was stricken with cancer, and he asked me, what can I start doing? I go, well, you know, get your surgeon, you know, no, what vitamins can I take? I'm like, no, man, it's too late. You know, it's too late for that. They don't work that way. They're not that powerful. Again, they don't do anything. They help you do. And as far as he went at the time, his machinery was in gross need of eradication, the cure of the cancer. Forget about any fucker out there, put him on some granola, fasting, don't go on chemo shit. I will kill those fuckers, man, because it's malpractice. But that didn't happen. He did well, he lived, but his mindset was, even though he never really took care of himself, maybe he could just start taking some vitamins. And listen, if you're drinking, smoking, drugging, doing crack, chewing gum, fucking around, laying on the couch, not training, lending yourself to economy and movement, for fuck's sake, you're the worst out of everybody on this damn list, all right? So shame on you. Get off all that shit. Get off all that weak-ass shit. And then maybe you could take some supplements. With supplements, listen, you're creating a polluted ground. The supplements are going to go in your body and just laugh. We can't help this guy. Look at all this shit. Anyway, do your due diligence. That's what supplements don't do. Work on yourself. Be your best. And let me know your thoughts, ideas, questions, considerations written down below are always my oxygen. Please help me breathe, and you have a great night.